Hey everyone! If you loved my previous paper embroidery video, you will enjoy this one where I show you how I add texture using hand embroidery on this paper that has a watercolored whale shark. This is a painting by my daughter and I'm going to enhance it using a simple pattern and a single stitch. And there is a story behind it. I will share the story as we stitch, but first things first. I'm working a Japanese sashiko pattern called Seigaiha or the blue ocean waves on the paper. Also, this is a perfect time to use the ultimate villain in hand embroidery, the metallic threads. This is a slow and relaxing video, so you can sit with your project and a favorite drink and enjoy a quiet stitching time. For this project, you need a printed Seigaiha pattern. You will find it in my website for a free download, and I have left the link in the description. If you print it on a tracing paper, nothing like it. Else, just copy it onto a tracing paper, as I have done here. You need a foam sheet to take all the stabs, the image you want to work on. I suggest that you paint or print your image on a slightly thick paper. Mine is a sketching book paper. The traced pattern, of course, through which you can see the image. Now, I hope you can make sense of why I asked for a tracing paper. Tape and scissors, needle and a pin to make the holes. Let's get started. Place the paper with the image on the foam sheet. Place the tracing paper with the pattern over it. Layer them properly and hold them down well using tape. I can cut the extra part of my tracing sheet, but I got an idea. Let me fold it over the foam sheet and tape it down on the behind. Now I will slip in my paper and tape the bottom too. Adjust them so that it looks good. Next, take the pin and start making holes on the outlines. The holes are about 1/2 centimeter in distance. In my previous video, I show how I use an awl to punch holes, but an awl will make too big holes for this project. So I'm using a paper pin this time. Also, I will be working with 1 or 3 strands of thread, so a tiny hole is enough to pass them through. You have to be careful not to punch over the image, as we are covering only the background. Be careful. That is the whole purpose of using a tracing paper, so that you can see the image through it and avoid punching over it. While I make the holes, let me tell you a bit about the project. Warming oceans are severely threatening whale sharks by pushing them into colder and foreign waters and altering their food availability. Because these gentle giants swim slowly and feed near the surface, this climate-driven shift in habitat puts them on a dangerous collision course with international shipping lanes. In fact, whale sharks are endangered. Through this piece, I'm trying to show how they are swimming from warm waters to cooler waters, but they are at the risk there too. The silver metallic thread depicts the cooler waters, but it's still gray because it's not really a safe zone for the whale sharks. Let me cut to the next section. You can pause the video while you finish your punching, or better still, save this video to return to it later. Okay, once all my punching and stabbing is done, I will reveal the paper. Wow, what a mess of holes. Don't worry, just look at it and you will see the patterns. I see that I have missed a few places, so let me mark holes there as well. Freehand. Now, to help you with the stitch path, use a pencil to connect the dots lightly. This will orient us. The first few rows will be good. Check with the original pattern when you are connecting the dots. To stitch, pull out just one strand of the silver metallic thread. Each single strand is made of 2 twisted strands, so don't make the mistake of separating them. Sheesh, no wonder metallics are difficult to work with. Once you pull each of them out, use a needle size 5 or 6 and thread it with this metallic strand. Cut about half an arm's length to begin with. Now let us begin stitching. I will show you at this part of the pattern so that it is easy to understand. Come out from one end of the lines of one of the curves. Turn the paper around and stick down the end with a piece of tape. Don't worry if it is over the other holes because the needle will pass through it easily. Now I start working the back stitch. Let me be honest, the idea was to do the running stitch, but I just changed my mind. So let me inform you that this will take some time to finish. Be ready for a few hours of stitching. But either way, be slow and mindful. This is your meditation. I work the stitch one row before turning and going to the other row. When my thread is about to finish, I will tape the end of the thread down on the back side of the paper, just the way I did at the beginning. I work this way for about 1/3 of the pattern. I will now skip to the next section. You can pause this video here or save it for later. And if you think this is a nice project and I deserve a bit more love, please care enough to support me on Patreon or by buying my hand embroidery ebook. All details are on my website and the links are given in the description. You can also like, share and comment on this video. It helps me grow and it costs nothing. I'm done with my metallic thread. Now I want to show the warm waters, for which I use this pearl cotton number 8 which is equivalent to 3 strands of embroidery floss. This is a variegated thread and is red, perfect for showing warming waters. Pearl cotton can be used without the hassle of separating the strands. So I just cut out an arm's length of thread and fill my needle with it. And now I start working the backstitch the same way as I did for the metallic thread. Since the thread is variegated, the colors will naturally vary across the pattern, making it look beautiful. Now this will take some time, so I will leave you alone with your mindful stitching. Here is my finished piece, a mix of so many things. Watercolor on paper, Japanese sashiko pattern, which is stitched with backstitch using a metallic thread, and this piece carries a deep meaning for me. Let me know what you think of it. Oh wait, I haven't finished yet. Let me show you the back. What a chaos. Behind the bliss, the abyss. Hide the back by sticking a stock paper to the back, or for that matter, any paper. Use a glue stick for it. I'm using a darker sheet to give the piece a contrast. Use a paper to press down the stitched work to the base paper. That's it. Here is the finished work. I hope you enjoyed this video and it has inspired you to make your own versions. Let me know what you think of it. See you for the next video. I'm Sarah from Sarah's Hand Embroidery, and I make videos to make your hand embroidery journey enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching.